Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for tuning in. This week, my camera decided to not record. I don't know how to fix it. It's got a lot of technical mumbo jumbo going on. I shall fix it during the week. But this week, we're just doing a voiceover, which won't have any effect on the outcome of the cards. Just means you don't get to see my lovely face doing all my usual facial expressions. Okay, so thank you to all the new subscribers and followers on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. Um, Welcome. This week we are choosing between the apple, the strawberry, and the banana. So you can take whatever your favorite fruit is. Just choose whatever you're drawn to. Here are the timestamps. We can get into it in a sec. If you do want a full reading, my contact details are all over the place. Feel free to contact me. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Like I said, the camera didn't record this week, so I'm doing the voiceover until I can fix the camera. If you chose Apple, this is your reading. Okay, so the overall card this week is the work card. Now, yes, this can be talking about your job, this can be talking about chores and work that you have to do in general, but what I feel like it's saying this week is that there is work that needs to be done. Um, you're going to have to really push yourself this week. Uh, Sometimes we go through slumps where we're feeling lazy or lethargic or just plain don't want to. This week, I feel like you are going to have to push yourself a little bit, okay? The reason is because, as you can see, the first card out is the spiritual path card and it's upside down. This to me says that I feel like you're losing your way a little bit. You're not on the right track. You might not be far off course, but you are off course. So that's kind of what the work is that needs to be done. It's getting yourself back on the right track. So that a lot of times that comes down to making hard decisions like, looking for a new job because with we're not in the right industry or doing the right job. Um, Sometimes it's like getting rid of friends that are a bad influence on us, or breaking up with a partner that there's just no future with. There is work there to be done. Okay. Now the next card over is the life lesson card, and it's upside down, the learning card. So this to me, it feels like the universe is kind of slapping itself in the forehead, when it's like, oh, come on, you know better than this. I'm sorry, guys, this is no judgment. This is just what I'm getting. I feel like it is saying that there isn't a lesson to be learned here because you've already learned it. So whatever the work is that you need to do, the changes you need to make, the choices you need to make, you already know the answers to these and what you have to do. It's just sucking up that energy and that courage to actually do it. Okay. So this isn't a life lesson. This is, you've learnt it. Now jump that hurdle. That's basically what this is. Now, the next card over is the surprise and celebration card, and it's upside down. So I feel like that this is kind of like, yeah, look, there's not a lot to celebrate at the moment, and that's fine. But it's also saying, well, it's not fine, that sucks. But it's also saying that there are no big bad surprises coming your way, which is a very good thing. So it is kind of like if you do the hard work and change course and get yourself back on track, it's all going to be fine. Like there's no big bad surprises that are going to come from that. I do feel like it kind of goes without saying that the opposite is true if you don't make these changes, if you don't do this hard work, if you don't change course, you're headed for disaster, basically. Okay. Look, I've got the conflict card here, and it's upside down. So this is good. This is there is no conflict around you. Um, so first off, be grateful for that and thankful for that, and just no matter how angry or grumbly or depressed you are feeling right now, just be thankful that there's not more conflict going on in your life. And that's not just people yelling at you and screaming conflict. Conflict is just another word for any sort of complication that you're not happy with. Okay, basically that's what a conflict is, a conflict of interest and yada yada yada. So this is saying that just be thankful for, even if you're not happy at the moment in your position, be thankful it's not a lot worse. Okay. um, but there is advice here to try and avoid conflict at the moment at all costs. Okay, because I feel like if you've watched my readings for a while, you would know that from time to time I do say that we can be in a headspace where our emotions aren't really our own. We kind of almost overreact or feel things a lot more deeply than we normally would. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes we just can't care. We just can't give a fuck. Excuse my language. It's just that we can't get to that point of really caring about the consequences at the moment. It's like just we've just got to be able to survive in the moment. This is saying to realize that that could be how you're thinking or feeling, and to act appropriately. If you know you're making a bad decision, this is what the work card and the spiritual path card is echoing. If you know you're making a bad choice or a bad decision at the moment, don't do it. Like, do whatever it takes to get that energy to make the right choices right now, because they will blow up in your face and there'll be more work for you to do later on down the track, especially when you're feeling better. If you're making bad choices now, you're going to be kicking yourself twice as hard later on down the track. So the next card over is the connection card, okay? So this is a good sign for you guys. I feel like that you are feeling really disconnected and just over it and just struggling for the passion for life at the moment. This is saying good news. It is coming. It's just around the corner. You're going to be feeling a lot better. You're going to be coming back down to earth and feeling normal, whatever that means. But there are good times ahead for you. There is feeling connected again, and there is getting back on track and moving in the right direction. Okay. The final card here is the emotion card. So yeah, there are a lot of emotions going on at the moment. I do feel like that they're more on the negative side for you guys. But look, at the end of the day, this is saying again, because it's following the connection card, it's saying that the good emotions are coming. You are going to you're not going to be so numb. You're going to start feeling again soon, and that's a good thing, because that's where you can really follow the path that is set out for you, and that's where you can find happiness and joy and all those good things that we are constantly looking for. Okay, so yeah, look, again, just remember, look, you guys chose the apple. The apple is the fruit of love, but more importantly, knowledge. And I feel like in this situation, you've got all the knowledge you need to make it through. You know yourself well enough to know when you're in a mood, what your moods are, how long they last, whether you have good judgment or bad judgment during your moods, and whether or not you end up regretting decisions when you're in this state of mind. Know firsthand that I fall in that category. That when I'm in a bad mood and I go numb and just don't care, it's a defense mechanism when we've had enough and we can't take anymore. That's what it is. But I know when I'm in that mood that I've got to be careful what I say to people, and how I react and my body language. And apparently, I roll my eyes a lot. So these are things that I've got to be mindful of, because when I start feeling better, I know that I feel bad for making anybody else feel uncomfortable around me, and I go around apologizing like I'm doing a 12-step program. So I know that about myself. There are other things that I could go into about myself, but it's not about me, it's about you. You know yourself as well. And if you don't know yourself, well, then it's time to get to know you and really pay attention to what you're doing, how you're reacting, and what you're saying at the moment. Okay, guys, this isn't a bad reading. It's just letting you know, kind of like, hey, you're not in the best shape at the moment, but you're gonna get there, and that's exactly what this reading is saying. You're gonna feel connected. You're going to avoid conflict. There's nothing bad here. It's just that just be mindful of how you're feeling at the moment and how it affects other people, but also mainly this is about your judgment at the moment. Okay, like sometimes we just get into a headspace where we know we're making bad decisions, but we just do it for the sake of it. This is the universe coming in loud and clear saying, here's your chance to avoid that. Okay, guys, I really hope that helped. If you do want a full reading, you can get in contact with me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com or on any of the socials. Again, I apologize for not having an actual video up this week. I will get my camera sorted. It's just got errors coming up left, right, and center. I will Google it. I will get it fixed, and I will be back on schedule next Sunday. All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. Catch you later. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for tuning in. If you didn't see the intro, unfortunately, camera issues this week with recording, so I'm doing a voiceover. I'll be back on schedule with the camera next week. If you chose Strawberry, this is your reading. Buckle your seatbelts, people. The overall card for you guys is the illusion card. So, good or bad, what this is saying is what you're seeing is actually what you're seeing. There is no illusion here, okay? If you've got a bad feeling about something, you're probably right. Just on the same hand, if you're got this feeling that something good's about to happen or something good with this person is about to happen, then it's no illusion, okay? What you're feeling right now and how you're seeing it is what's ahead. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I know that this can be a very good thing for a lot of people. But I am getting, well, look, the first card out is the surrender card. And sometimes it is like you need to surrender. You need to give it up and you need to get rid of things in your life, whether it be people or, maybe you need to throw in your job and get another one. Maybe you need to change where you're living. There's a lot of different things that we need to surrender and give up. But likewise, again, this can also be a good thing. Sometimes it's like, oh wow, I've got a really good feeling that this person's actually interested in me. Well, surrender to it, let it in, let that happiness in. So obviously, it's hard when I'm doing a general reading for everybody that's picked a pile, and normally I go one way or the other, but this week I actually am getting 50-50. So go with whatever resonates to you, whether it be a good or a bad thing at the moment. I am getting health here, which is also actually a good thing. Well, normally I don't have a negative health card, but sometimes I do look at the card and I'm like, look, there may be some health problems around you this week. I'm getting more drawn to injuries this week, especially around the ankles and the knees. So if that resonates to you, so be it. But I'm also getting that there is going to be a lot of good health with people. See, look, this is the weird thing about your reading this week. It is split. I feel like 50-50 down the middle. This could either be a really good week for you or a really bad week. So maybe it's up to you to make that choice now, how you're going into the week. Now, I've got the addiction card here and it's upside down, which is really good. It is breaking habits. It's getting rid of things that we're addicted to, not just, drugs and alcohol, but we can be addicted to people and TV and, food and places. And this is getting rid of bad habits, basically. It's time to give them up and get rid of them. Look, the home card's here as well, and this is actually a really positive card. It's the wish card. The home card is, well, basically in this sense, it's talking about the home is where the heart is. Everything's going to be pretty good around the home, around whatever you're most passionate about, whatever you care about the most at the moment, you're going to have a good run with that. So if hypothetically you're stuck in a living with your parents and don't want to be there, but you love going to work, well then right now this home card represents work, not the actual home, because the home is where the heart is. It's that sort of thinking. It's also a wish card, so it is kind of like a positive wish is going to come true for you. Something's going to work out well and it's going to be very well desired. Now, here we go back to the 50-50. There is the sadness card here, the heartbreak, the separation. So, again, whether you're going to have a good week or a bad week, or, this might be over the next couple of weeks, we have our ups and downs. There are good things, there are bad things. And I feel like that's kind of what your spread this week is about. There are always going to be good things, there are always going to be bad things. Life is a roller coaster. The energy comes in waves just like the ocean. So, look, you've got to be very open minded and willing to go with the flow. Yeah, look, sometimes we feel like we only ever get bad crap, and we get bogged down in that so much that good things happen, but we just don't really take notice of it or don't really fully appreciate it. Or we do, but we don't enjoy that for a very long period because we're back to well, this ain't going to last, and well, that was nice, but watch tomorrow, it's going to be so much bad because something good. No, don't do that to yourself, guys. There are ups and downs. We all go through them. It's how you cope and manage these upsets that is a test of character, as well as how strong your personal energy is into chasing happiness and peace and all of that. Look, there is travel here and it's upside down. So this is kind of, there is a lack of movement here. Now, I don't feel like that this is like there's no opportunity around you to move. And I'm not just talking about moving houses, but changing jobs or, working through a problem or any of those things. This is upside down. I actually feel like it's not that the opportunity isn't going to be there for you to make a move, but I feel like it's more advice to take it slow this week, next week, especially if you are on a roller coaster of emotions, good, bad, good, bad. Maybe it's time to just chill out for a little bit and just hang back before you try to make any significant movement. Because, you know, if you're in a really good place and you try to make movement and then tomorrow everything goes to hell, you're going to be regretting that attempt to make, you might make a false promise to somebody that, yeah, I'll help you move the couch tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and, you trip over the dog and smack your knee into the cement. And then you're like, oh, I can't walk and everything's all bad. And oh, now I have to help somebody move. Like, this is why it's like ease up on the movement. Same as you might make the wrong decision movement wise, like trying to move forward when you're in a really bad depressed headspace, make the wrong decision. So wait until you're feeling a little bit better. So this is basically wait until your things have plateaued a bit, because it's going to be ups and downs. um, so just hang in there, guys. Okay, just write it out, okay, I'll wrap it up there, guys. I'm going to keep it short this week because obviously without the camera and everything. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com. And again, my apologies about the camera. I will see you next Sunday. Try and have a good week, guys. All right, catch ya. Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Thank you for joining me tonight. Okay, so if you didn't watch the intro, I had issues this week with the camera. I will have it fixed by next week and we'll be up and running. But if you chose banana, this is your reading. Radio. So off to a good start. The winter card here is upside down. So the winter card is a protection card, okay? So this being upside down is, well, normally it's saying you don't need to protect yourself. There's no danger around you. You can let your walls down, go for it. Now, I do want to say something along those lines as well this week, just to add to that. It could be a situation that, okay, in this situation you have no protection. There is no safety net around you. So you're not actually in danger, but there's no backup here at the moment. So keep that in mind. All right. Now, the first card out is the younger man. It's upside down. So this is the card that symbolizes just go with the flow, just chill out. It's all going to be. No, this is saying the opposite. This is saying, look, whether there is danger or not, whether you have protection or not, it's not time to just sit around and do nothing and just chill out. You need structure. You need a plan of attack. You need to make sure all your bases are covered, because if it does turn out that you don't have any backup or there isn't a security blanket here or a second choice, you need to make sure that all your bases are covered so that you don't need backup or a second choice or a fallback, okay? Now, look, this current situation that we're talking about, I've got the elderly card here and it's upside down. It is saying that it's not going to be long lasting. It's not going to be ongoing for a very long time. But I also feel like that it's not right now, because obviously when we're in the process of going through something, whether it be good or bad, we don't see it clearly for what it is until later on. Sometimes we look back and go, oh my God, I was so involved in that argument with that person, and now I look back and I'm just thinking it's childish and like, what the hell? I should have just walked past and not even let them, look at me. I shouldn't have responded to them. So the elderly card is also saying that this is kind of not an immature thing, but whatever you're going through at the moment, it's not going to be long lasting and it's not going to be of any importance to you later on. So you might be feeling really raw at the moment. You might be feeling very, it's not going to be long lasting and it's not going to be something that you care about for a long period of time. Now, the next card over is a negative energy card. Okay, so this is upside down. It is saying that there isn't anybody specifically trying to sabotage you or out to get you, or there's no bad energy coming against you. Okay, so if you are feeling that or thinking that, this is kind of like, well, just reevaluate how you're feeling. Are you thinking that somebody is coming to get you or trying to hurt you? Is that coming from a place of insecurity or of reality? Because at the moment, it is feeling that it's sometimes we get a little bit insecure and we might get a little bit paranoid, a bit nervous. I feel like that's where it's coming from, which isn't a bad thing. We're only human, we all feel that way. But it's actually a good thing to point that out because then you really don't have anything to worry about because, there's actually no danger out there. There's no negative energy out there. Okay, so again, along the lines of this isn't going to last for long, I've got the question and pathway card here. This is like whatever is going on at the moment, these decisions, this stuff that you're working through. It's not going to last for long, and you're going to have to pick a new direction to go. Something. There's going to be a change for you just around the corner. Look, it could be forced upon you. You might, this could be you get fired or dumped or something like that. Fine, sure, maybe. But I more feel like that you're going to be the one that breaks up with somebody or quits your job. It's going to be like, nah, screw this. I need a fresh start. So what am I going to do? So that is coming for you. There is going to be decisions that you need to make. They're not going to be like the hardest decisions on the planet, so relax about that. But there is a lot of questions coming for you about, the questions that we need to ask ourselves constantly is what's going to bring me happiness? What do I want to do in this life? If I don't know what to do, what am I willing to do in the meantime until I figure out what I want to do or what I want? Okay, so there is that coming for you. Now, I've got the transformation card here and it's upside down. So this is also saying that, you are going to get through this and you are going to make changes, but it's not an overall transformation of your life. Okay. So basically, even when you make these changes and make a fresh start, it is a fresh start in a sense, but you're actually in going to be basically in the same boat. So what this is saying is there's still a period of growth for you here and change that you're going through. So look, what, let's put this more simply. Right now you might decide that you're going to break up with your partner because you just found out they cheated on you. Great, fantastic. So you've broken up with them. Now it's a question pathway. What am I going to do? Okay, well, this other person's asked me out. I might go and ask them out and, yeah, see how we go. Then you're back in another relationship. So the situation where it's like, well, nothing's really changed. Well, you have. You've changed relationships. You got rid of somebody that was cheating on you. You're with somebody new. That's great. But there's no overall growth for you in this situation. Like you haven't turned around and gone, well, I'm going to make sure that I'm not with somebody that's going to cheat on me. Do I need to spend some time getting to know myself as a single individual and getting my head back in the right place before I'm willing to jump into another relationship? Do I really want to be with somebody else right now? Or am I just getting into a relationship because I don't want to be single? Because if we don't process this stuff, then it turns into baggage, and you jump into a new relationship with baggage from the old relationship and take it out on the new person, and the situation just ends up mirroring itself. It just ends up repeating. So, look, the transformation upside down is like, just beware that you're not making the same mistakes or allowing the same sort of mistakes to happen around you. Okay, really use what's going on now as a way of growing and changing and looking for a better life, things that are better for you. Okay. Now the last card is a really good card. It is the balance card. It's a mind, body, and spirit card. So this card is saying that it's almost like you're going to take some time off or some time out and start to really get to know yourself and what makes you tick and what you genuinely want from life. So the saying goes that we can lie to everybody under the sun, but you can't really lie to yourself. So this is kind of like being honest with yourself, admitting your deepest, darkest secrets and deepest, darkest desires. You might want to fucking dye your hair pink and, drape yourself in bloody pink glitter and run down the street naked. But you'd never tell anybody that because you're so embarrassed by it. No, screw that. If that's what you want to do, apart from the run down naked, down the street naked because, children and all that, then if you want to dye your hair pink and cover yourself in pink glitter, then go ahead and do it. Like, who gives a shit? You've got to be true and honest to yourself and do what makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting yourself or anybody else, go for gold. Okay? So yeah, overall, with the question and pathway card, it is like if you take the time to stop and genuinely ask these questions about what's going to bring you happiness, then you are going to find those answers. Okay? Alright guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Again, my apologies for the camera being down. It will be up and running next Sunday. If you do want a full reading, you can contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com or on any of the socials. I hope you guys have a good week, and remember, be honest with yourself. Catches.